Hey, this is Masato from Coldrain. I'm hanging out with Rob on Punkvideosrock.
The latest album that's on Hopeless record, Vera, tell me about the production process of this record.
We actually wrote it in California, wrote and recorded it in LA. We worked with a guy called Brandon Paddock. He's done like bands on Warped Tour, Set It Off, Volumes from LA, right. And he's just a young dude that's like fresh to the scene. He's had enough experience working out under like producers like John Feldman, and he just brought to the table a lot of fresh stuff. Nice. And it was a cool vibe working with him. We got a lot of pop elements from him, and then we wrote a lot of heavy elements, and it was just a good mixture of like all kinds of genres of music, I guess.
This time around, you guys are with Hopeless Records. So how different is it being with a label like Hopeless? They're independent, but yet they're so massive out here in the States.
I mean, it's the first time we as a band had a release outside of Japan, and it was the first time we had extra people as a team working around us, helping us out on like which way the band should go. And it's cool because Hopeless has always been more of a pop punk type label, but they totally loved what we did, and they were open to the music we had. So it's cool to have a label like that backing us up, and having our backs. It's just awesome, yeah.
Now with this record, you guys have a track on there, Runaway, with Jacoby from Papa Roach. What was that production like? Did you guys get to go in the studio with him?
He was really busy at the time. We toured with him before that happened, and we were just friends that I just called him up. He actually hit me up while we were in the studio, and he was like, I really want to sing on one of your tracks, and I'm like, don't kid about that, I'm going to send you one. And then he was.
You don't get these kind of opportunities like that.
It's crazy. I mean, we've always loved Papa Roach, and then I've always loved Jacoby as a singer. So he actually, it was his day. He had some time off with his family, and he has like kids and stuff, so he didn't want to get away from his family to do it. And I was like, cool, just do it in your comfort zones whenever you have time. And he just nailed the track. So we didn't get to go in the studio together, but I got that surprise of him tracking on one of our tracks, so that's enough for me.
That should have happened before you guys went on tour together. You guys would have performed.
We were hoping we'd get him out like one of these dates or something, but I mean, bands, man, they're touring all over the place. So.
Well, hopefully that leads to another tour with the band. You guys have been, the name's been popping a lot lately, and the fact that you guys are a Japanese act when you guys are coming out here, I think more people get excited. Not necessarily because of like a band like One OK Rock that has been like taking over lately, but it's just like the fact that Japanese bands are insane, man. They're intense. So why are you guys so different from the bands out here?
I'm not sure. I mean, we try to get to that place of being established as fast as possible, I think, in Japan. And there, even though it's a different styles of music, I think a lot of Japanese bands are influenced by a lot of pop bands pop and R&B bands in Japan that are like so established, and they're playing shows in front of like millions of people and they're like perfect. And it's that one part about the Japanese culture, trying to be like precise and perfect on certain things. And I think it's that those details that we get into, and then you try to add the rock elements to that, and that's when you get Japanese bands. So I mean, us, Crossfaith, One OK Rock, Baby Metal. I mean, it's all gonna be. You're gonna see a live show, and it's gonna be like we're all gonna be trying for something better than a record. We're not gonna be lying our way through on a record or anything.
Right.
So.
That's true. But when you guys come out here, it's obviously not the arena shows yet that you guys are used to back home. Is that different for you guys when you guys are performing?
I mean, it's different, and sometimes it's hard getting used to this style. But at the same time, we're in front of people that don't know who we are at all, and that feeling of winning over their ears and hearts. I mean, at a show like playing 30 minutes at Warped Tour, and then doing a signing and people coming up to us saying that they heard us for the first time, and they buy a record, they buy a T-shirt. There's no better feeling than that. Yeah.
Now, what's going on moving forward? The tour ends this week. Any new material that you guys are working on, or you guys are going to pull this record as much as you can?
We're trying to get Vena as a vinyl for the first time. Okay. So after Warped Tour, get that out. It's going to have like download codes for new songs that we've written and recorded before Warped Tour. That'll come out. So we'll have new content coming up, and then hopefully we get to tour. After we've met so many people on the tour, we want to be on so many band tours that hopefully that happens as soon as possible when we're back here.
The band is Japanese. You're from Japan, but clearly you're American. So how does that really work out?
Well, I'm half American. I mean, I've been born and raised in Japan. Like, my mom's from Iowa, so she taught me English growing up. But I'm like, the Japanese culture is more in me because I've been raised there. So
right.
we're just trying to bring that Japanese vibe over here, and I've been lucky that I can speak the language. But hopefully, we get to take over
right.
a lot of the U.S.